What's up, everybody? It's your boy, the Trill Collector, coming to you guys with another figure review. Today, guys, we'll be taking a trip down memory lane, man. The reason I say that is because I will be reviewing my very first King Cluster figure that I bought back in 2019, and it is none other than the Dragon Ball Super movie Broly figure that came out in conjunction with the movie around that time. I want to say this figure came out in 2019 or maybe around the end of 2018. I'm really not sure. If you guys are, go ahead and write the comments and below and correct me on that. But this piece here, man, was my very first King Cluster. This is what made me fall in love with King Clusters. As you guys can see, little box art of Broly on the back, some writing with some more artwork, and then Broly right there, man. As always, guys, like I try to do with you all the time, the Toei animation sticker of authenticity to show you that it's real and not a bootleg, guys. This piece, I'm really not sure if it was part of a Kuji. The reason I say that is because the box work does not have the Ichiban logo anywhere on the box. So if you guys know if that particular figure was part of a Kuji lottery, go ahead and put it in the comments, man, and let me know, because like I said, I'm not sure. Like I said, at that time I was relatively new to collecting, so I really wasn't knowledgeable on that. But here he is right here, guys. This is my very first King Cluster Broly, man, and in my opinion, he's still immaculate, man. I picked this piece up, man, from a local anime shop, which sadly they're not in business anymore due to the pandemic, man. They were a family-owned shop, man. Really awesome group of individuals that ran it, man. And my heart really goes out to them that they weren't able to bounce back from the pandemic, man. But I've heard through the grapevine that they're going to end up opening back up. So hopefully, that they'll be able to come back better than ever, man, and really support the anime community here in Houston like they were doing before the pandemic hit. But getting into this piece, man, this piece caught my eye, man. I think it was me and my younger brother. We was just riding around. My brother was going Funko Pop hunting, and I went into the shop with him and happened to see this bad boy in the display. And then I gravitated towards the man. I definitely had to have it. Because at that time, like I said, I was new to collecting. And if I'm not mistaken, this was like one of my first, either my first or second piece that I owned in my collection. I'm gonna be honest with you. Because at that time, man, I was just, I was looking at buying stuff, man, and getting it all back and all of that, and just really trying to get into it. But at that time, I was just picking up random stuff, you know what I'm saying? Picking up random smaller pieces, man, and just, really was just, I really didn't know too much about it. But this one here was my biggest piece that I had in my collection at the time, and I was really, really proud of that. One of the most detailed figures that I had at that time, and it still is. This is my opinion. In my opinion, this is the best Super Broly figure that they've ever made. To me, better than the Ultimate Variation, better than the Omnibus Broly. I would say History of Rivals. History of Rivals gives it a pretty good run, but because it's not a full power, I really don't compare the two. But if you go to full power Brolys, man, Ultimate Variation and the Omnibus, this one right here, as of right now, in my opinion, is the best sculpted Broly figure. Now, with that being said, I do have the new Super Broly coming from the Omnibus Z Kuji that came out this past May. And if you are aware, they do have the Back to Films Broly coming out. And if that Broly looks anything like it does in the concept of when they released, that one is going to be the most detailed Broly, in my opinion, to date. I'm just being honest. Just from the way the battle damage on the character, from the battle damage in his clothes, I mean, it looks like a resin figure. I'm just gonna be honest with you. If it stays true to that concept, and like the manufacturer King Cluster has been doing with the newer stuff, If it stays on track with that, that is going to be the best Broly figure in my opinion. Now, not trying to take anything away from this guy right here, man. As far as character likeness and detail go, this is the most manga anime accurate figure that I could say of Super Broly as of right now. His likeness, awesome. The only thing that I kind of gripe on, and you guys can see, is that around his eyes, it looks like they kind of made the black outline around his eyes a little bit too dark. But as far as character likeness goes, I mean, it's pretty much on point with the movie. No gripes on that at all. Everything from his wristbands here, to his pants, his boots, man, everything. Highly detailed piece, man. Character likeness is down to a T. If you guys may know, one of my biggest gripes when it comes to Super Broly is if they do not get Boss ear right. If Boss ear is not shaded correctly, in my opinion, it throws off the entire figure, in my opinion, because that is one of the most integral parts of Super Broly. That's what kind of makes him stand out, is Boss ear, the waist skirt that he wears. You know what I'm saying? So if that doesn't, in my opinion, if that's not done right, that throws the entire figure off, in my opinion. And which brings me to my next point. Like I said, the ultimate variation, the King Cluster, well, they're all King Clusters, but the full power Broly that I'm reviewing here, and the Omnibus Broly. Out of those three, the worst one, in my opinion, is the Omnibus, solely because of the color scheme that they decided to go with, and how they went with the pale skin look instead of like the little darker look like this one here. And the way that they did Boss ear, man, I mean, that they really just kind of, you know, I really wasn't a big fan of that at all. You know, I don't know what they were thinking with that, but I had to have him because he is a Broly. So to compare this guy, man, like I said, this is my first Broly that I ever bought, and this is my newest Broly, which you guys already know I did a review on him. Just compare the sizes of the two pieces, man. These figures, if you're looking at centimeters wise, they stand around the same by 35 centimeters, which roughly translates to like 12 or 13 inches tall, if I'm not mistaken. Really commanding piece. This one is right here. As you can see, similar poses, stance, you know, hand extended, one hand pulled back. You know, pretty standard museum pose, dynamic pose, if that's what you want to call it. This one here weighs a little bit more, in my opinion, maybe because of the amount of material that they had to use to sculpt this guy, because, you know, there's nothing light about this guy here. This guy's quite heavy. This one here is about the same, a little bit lighter, not hollow at all, but he just does not weigh as much as the legendary Super Saiyan Broly figure. If you guys are interested in getting this piece, like I said, you can get him pretty much eBay, Big Bad Toy Store, Toy Zany, Kazaguru, all of those places, man, and you can probably get him now still for about $65. Now, with that being said, there are tons of Super Broly King Cluster figures out there. So if you don't get him, you can get the Ultimate Variation version of him. You can get the Omnibus version, which does not get an overseas release. So that one might still be a little bit expensive because you have to get that one sent from Japan. But the and the last prize version of this guy right here, they do have a last prize, which the skirt has a metallic look, the boots and around his wristbands have a metallic look as well. Those two pieces are not stateside, but you can get this guy here and the Ultimate Variation version, Super Broly, pretty much anywhere for a little bit of nothing. Now, shelf presence wise, man, this guy takes up a lot of space solely because of the way that his arm is extended and how, you know, broad his shoulders are. So the way I have him displayed, somewhat of an angle. Like if I take the legendary Super Saiyan Broly, I kind of have him displayed something like that if I was to have him in the same area, just so it could be enough space in the detail to have him, in which I have, I got it set up pretty nice in there. So, it's not a big deal. But nonetheless, he's a pretty hefty guy. So he takes up a lot of space and he weighs a little bit. So definitely be aware of that, man. Any addition to your collection, man, he would definitely be warranted. Awesome piece, man. One of my favorite Broly's, if not my favorite as of right now, besides this guy here. This guy here is my number one when it comes to legendary Broly's. That's my favorite one. It was the Super Saiyan 4, but this one here takes the cake. Now, when it comes to full power, this is my guy right here, man. So, with that being said, guys, I hope the video you guys found it informative, man. As you guys may know, my favorite character, so I try not to be biased against him or anything, man. But what can I say? You know what I'm saying? It's Broly, man, my favorite guy. So, as always, guys, if you like the content, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you guys know when I'm dropping content for you guys, man. Hit that like button. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs down if you didn't. Any kind of comments, likes, whatever, man, really helps out the channel tremendously, so it's greatly appreciated, man. And if you guys are on Instagram, man, go ahead and head over there, man, and look up Trill_collector. That's TRILL_collector 512. And there, man, on Instagram, you'll see all my figures that I have as of right now, up to date. That's why I try to do my live stories and everything for you guys, man, about the pieces that I obtain. So with that being said, guys, as always, man, keep it trill and keep collecting. Until next time, guys. Bye.